Hello, welcome to the usual Saturday deck flip through video where I go through my collection, dig out a deck that I think might be interesting and do a bit of a flip through for this. I'll include any additional links that might be relevant to this particular deck. So this is from the 8th edition core set and it's called the Sky Slam deck. I think, as I pointed out with core set theme decks of the time, so the big difference between a core set theme deck and an expansion theme deck was that the number of cards were different. So for core sets they only had 40 cards in them. For the non-core set decks, so that's the expansion sets, they had 60 cards. And in some instances they had like a nice like foil card as well. Let's say a land card, something like that. So let's have a look through this. Before I do that, just show you this. So very much of its time, each of the decks had its own little insert which went through, what's the theme deck, how to play the deck, and then you flip over onto the other side to see that. So deck listing, you can probably see it's a mono blue deck. I'm going to play it. And a little bit about Friday Night Magic. Okay, so what have we got in here? Right, so I'll start off with the higher rarity cards. There's two rares in here. There's Fleeting Image, so 2 and a blue, 2/1 with flying. 1 and a blue, return Fleeting Image to its owner's hand. Now around this time in 8th edition, I've mentioned this before, certain mana symbols were looking very washed out, and this is a good example of that. The other rare in here is Urza's Armor. So 6 to cast, it's an artifact. If a source would deal damage to you, prevent 1 of that damage. Okay, so moving into the rest of the deck. And these are just in casting cost order. And then within that sort of, roughly alphabetical order. But mainly casting cost order with groups of the same card together. So we got some unsummons here. In fact, 3 of those. In most of these decks you're going to find like 1, 2 or 3 copies. Occasionally in some of the theme decks you may find like 4 ofs, but generally it varies between 1 to 3. So then we've got our 2-drop. We've got single mana leak there. Another 2-drop is remove soul. And there's a couple of those. We've also got Sage Owl and Spike-tail Hatchling as well with flying. Starting off our 3-drops here, we have Horned Turtle, which is a vanilla 1/4. And looks like we have a couple of copies of that. We've got one of these cards with that sort of like twiddle type thing, where you can tap or untap, and it's attached to a creature. This is Puppeteer, so 2 and a blue, 1/2. Again, you can sort of see that really washed out blue mana symbol there. Windrake, so 2 and a blue, 2/2 with flying. And there are a couple of those. Got Phantom Warrior in here, so 2/2 for 1 and 2 blue, but it is unblockable. But interestingly, it doesn't have that phantom thing on it where, if you target it, it just goes away. If you target it with anything. Avon Fisher, 2 and a blue, 2/2 with flying. And when it's put into a graveyard from play, you can draw a card. Also got Dehydration, 3 and a blue. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Fighting Drake, 2 and 2 blue, 2-4 with flying. Leaving Magpie in here, 2 and 2 blue, 1-3 with flying. And whenever it deals damage to an opponent, you draw a card. And looks like we've got 2 of those. We've also got Coastal Hornclaw in here. So 4 and a blue, 3-3, sacrifice a land. Coastal Hornclaw deals, gains flying until end of turn. Air Elemental, 3 and 2 blue, 4-4 with flying. And then our mana base, which is all islands. So let's have a flick through, look at the different artwork here. So this is the first piece of artwork. And then we've got our second. And our third. I'm pretty sure this had 4 different pieces of artwork in it. Yep, there's our 4th one. Sure, we've also seen these when I've gone through. I think maybe, I'm not sure if I've got any 8th edition actually, but if I have, it would be in the Land Ahoy episode I do around Christmas time. And there we have it. That was the Sky Slam deck from the 8th edition set. So actually 5 theme decks in that one. I've only got 2 of them, but there are 5, one in each colour. And you know what was interesting, I think, with this one is that you can sort of see that classic thing with blue, where you know the lower casting cost stuff, are cards that counter or gum up the board, so to speak, until we get to a point where we've got those slightly bigger blue flyers. So thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in a future episode.